Hello everybody, this is Racer Down in 8, also known as David. So today is a very exciting day, or tonight I should say. I'm getting the bags installed on my Evo finally. So I've been wanting to bag my Evo for quite a while. I got some Fortunato 500 coilovers that I ended up selling, and the reason why I sold them is because I invested in bags. So here we've got it's a manual setup, so I got the air pressure gauges. I've got the tank in here. And then my other parts of the bags, and then over here we've got our Rex Speed carbon fiber pillar pod. So I'm taking them right now to a guy's house that does bag installs in the local area. I was gonna do it myself, but especially with the manual setup, it's such a pain in the butt, so I'm just gonna have someone else do it. So you know, but I'm taking it tonight. I'm gonna drop it off for the weekend, and then have it set up. And then we're gonna pick up the bagged Evo either Sunday or Monday. So I'm super excited. This is the car parts room, by the way. You guys all saw it in a previous video. But I've got all my parts in here. Well, I say it's a car parts room. It's actually my wife's office, but you know, I've got all my crap in here. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. This will be the next thing to go on, the Vortex generator. I got the wrong one. The guy advertises as a sight and sound package, but it's not. So the hole is too small for the antenna. So I'm gonna see if I can take the antenna off and put it over top of it and see if I can get it to work that way. We'll have to see. But yeah, guys, so here's the bags. Now let's go look at the Evo one last time before it's bagged. We'll go look at the stock suspension Evo one more time. Alright guys, so I'm super excited to see this thing bagged. It's gonna be crazy. So here we'll look at it right now. Stock suspension setup. So it's like a goddamn monster truck. Yeah. But yeah, also I got new tire stickers on the way. So that's exciting. There it is, all empty. Yeah. So here's the stock wheels right now. It's like a 3-inch gap. Hopefully there's enough clearance. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's my exhaust hanging down. You can kind of see it. So hopefully that doesn't provide any issues. It looks like there's about 4 or 5 inches off the ground, so when I air out it should be fine, but we'll have to see how it goes. Also my tires stick out a little bit, so I'm not sure if he'll be able to tuck them without cambering, you know. So he said he might just do it down to the lip, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah guys, that's basically it. So next time, or I guess it'll be a couple days for me, but for you guys it'll be a few seconds. You'll see the Evo come back bagged. So I'm super excited. Yeah. Alright, thanks for watching guys. See you in a few minutes. Hello everybody, this is Racer Down in 8, also known as David. So I got bags on my Evo. So I'm recording a video of my bags. Alright, so here the Evo is. I finally have it back. It's pretty aired up right now, and you can see there's not a lot of space in the front, and then the back, obviously the back goes up way higher. When I first got it back, it sucked because it was so stiff. I would be going over bumps and the whole car was bumping like crazy. It was super bouncy. It was the worst ride I've ever had in any car. I thought I was gonna like break my neck. However, I just popped the hood and there's a spot where you can adjust the springs or the dampeners, I guess. You can adjust them underneath the hood. So I'll just show you guys where that's done real quick. But I adjusted that and then it was way better afterwards. I had a rain guard come off during the hurricane, so I'm going to put that up there back on. And now I'm taking off my antenna right now because my Vortex generator, the hole is too small to fit the antenna. So I'm gonna try to put it on and then put the antenna on top and then fasten it back on. Here's all my parts just chilling. My Varus V2 bumper that I need to get painted and installed. My snowboard shit, my gauges, my titanium piping, my downpipe, window visors. I've just got all kinds of stuff just sitting around in here. These headlights, which I'm selling, my old ones. My taillights, which are still for sale, my stock taillights. Stock wheels, which are for sale. Stock suspension, which is for sale. All this trim, if anyone wants to buy any of this, I don't know how much I'll be selling it for, but I'm not going to use it because I pulled it all out of the trunk. There's my ETS cold air intake waiting to go in. But let me show you guys, I'm sorry if that lawnmower is really loud, my neighbor's mowing their yard. But let me show you guys where to adjust the dampeners under the hood. I thought I was going to have to adjust both the front and the rear. The rears are like a pain in the ass to get to. Well, I found out where they're at, but you can't really adjust them without taking out your struts and everything. So that'd be a pain. But I only adjusted the fronts and now it rides perfect. The only thing is I need to get an alignment done because when my wheels are going straight, my steering wheel is kind of tilted, so I need to get an alignment done. But that's just because of the camber and everything they've done. My wheels have slight camber, but you can barely tell. Anyway, so it's up here by your strut tower. On the end here is the strut. It's got a little hole, and mine came with a little tool. It's like a little Allen key kind of thing. It's a little tool or a hex wrench. You put it down in there and then you turn it and it softens it up, and same with the other side. So I put them both on the softest setting, and the rears I wasn't able to adjust. I don't know what the guys put them on when they installed it, but I'm pretty sure it's at the highest. But it seems to ride normally now. It seems to ride really good. The bags feel perfect. So yeah, that was that. And then another thing I had to do was my fender liners had to get taken out for the wheels to fit. So my ballast for my HIDs, my new headlights, my ballasts were hanging down in the wheel well, down in there. So I've actually zip tied it to the other side of this part of the frame. And then on the other side, it's just tucked really nicely down there below my cold air intake. So I've got a lot going on in the engine bay. It's kind of hard to make it look neat, you know, wire tucks and all that. I haven't done any of that, but it is what it is. You can see here my front bumper when I went and put it on. It's being held on by zip ties. So I've got one bolt, and then the bolt snapped off here. So I've got zip ties holding it on, and then the bolt snapped off here. So I've got zip ties holding this on, and then the bolt snapped off here, so I've got zip ties holding this on. So that makes me feel pretty sketch, you know, that my front bumper is basically being held on by zip ties. It's really not good, actually. But I don't know, it is what it is. Might put more zip ties on there, but you know, I need to get these screws removed out of this hole so I can put proper screws on there. You can see the whole front bumper here is kind of not very secure. See how it's moving? So that makes me pretty nervous. Hopefully my front bumper doesn't fly off while I'm driving. But so far no problems, but I haven't really driven it a whole lot since I installed these headlights and zip tie the front bumper on like that. I mean, the only other thing, it's got the clips down the side, and then like one screw on each fender liner, on each fender holding it on. And then the under tray is, you know, zip tied all to it. It doesn't have any screws left, but that doesn't really hold the front bumper on. It's really these supports right here. So yeah, it's fucking terrifying. But yeah, that's how you adjust the front struts, or the dampeners, I should say. Now I'll show you my car airing up and airing down. So with how meaty my wheels are, I can't air out all the way. These are 275s. I'm gonna have to get probably 255s in order for it to be able to air out all the way, which is kind of, I mean, that sucks. you get your car back after you bag it, the first thing you want to do is air it out. But you can see when I have aired it out really low, it's a little bent right there, and then both sides of the front bumper right here, it's a little bent, and then on the other side, it's a little bent right there too. And that's just from the bumper sitting on the tires. It I'll have it at like this height, and I'll come out in the morning and it'll be sitting on it because it loses air overnight. So if I get smaller tires, then it won't be a problem. It can air out all the time and it won't create any issues. But let me go ahead and start it so the compressor kicks on. Then I'll show you guys my trunk where I have all the bags stuff, and then I'll just show you raising and lowering it. I haven't set presets yet on my controller. Need to figure out how to do that. That's gonna be something I'm gonna do today or tomorrow, just because that would be really helpful. Here's the actual little controller for it. So this little car animation, and then here you can see the pressures, front and rear. That's my tank. It's at 178, so surprised the compressor is not on, but if I try to adjust, I'm sure the compressor will come on. All right, I just popped the trunk. My car to shut up. So here's my trunk. I have my control down here, compressor over here. It's pretty loud, especially with the back seats out and everything. And the tank, just chilling. And the battery's right back here, so it works really well, they said, for hooking it up and everything. That's really it. The only part of the carpet I haven't taken out is on this side, because it's kind of behind the sub. I don't really feel like taking that out right now. That might be in the future, but other than that, basically all empty. So. All right, so let me show you guys. This thing's really hard to read during the day. So you can see there's a preset, which is way too high pressure for the front. That would fuck it up. But then I hit it again, and now I've got control. So both of them at the same time. Air them up. As you can see, the back goes up way higher than the front. The front doesn't like going up that high. It tucks pretty well on the back, but I don't like to put it down too low because these tires are just so big. I don't really want to risk. I don't really want to risk it, you know, bending the front end any more than it has. That's at 81, so that's pretty high pressure, and it's not very high. It just doesn't go very high on the front. So right now the back's at 50 and the front's at 60. You can see the front's definitely lower. That's just kind of how it goes though, you know. The front just doesn't move as much as the back does. My alignment's all fucked up. That wheel looks straight right now, but if I go over this wheel, it's turned. You can see how much it's turned. So I definitely need to get an alignment done, but that's really it. You can hear my compressor's on. So that'll go usually until the tank's at like 190 something. Right now it's at 190. You can't really read it, but 190. I need to learn how to use this better. I need to read the manual. So I know you can get it so you can see all 4 wheel pressures instead of just front and rear. And I need to learn how to set the presets. But this little controller's ancient, you know. It gets the job done, but all right, so that's my bags. Now let me show you what I'm doing with the antenna. I think it's really dark in here. Let me see if I have a flashlight. Oh, pretty sure I do. Okay, so let me just show you guys what I'm doing here with my vortex generator. So as you can see, I've got the antenna unhooked from the 3 connections and the bolt taken out, and then that bolt has little plastic things you just push and then it pops out the top right there, and now the antenna is out. So I'm going to try to put my vortex generator on and then the antenna on top of it and then tighten it back down and see how that goes. So fingers crossed, hopefully it works. We're gonna try that now.